Hi everyone, this is the Indian Yarnivore and welcome back to my channel. I am super excited today because I have a beautiful yarn for you, and as you can see I went a little overboard. I purchased 6 colorways of this yarn that I'm going to be yakking about with you today. This is the Hobby Store DK Cake yarns. One of the yarn related things that I like to do if I'm not really crocheting is to just go browse on the web for new yarn deals or new types of yarn, new websites that I have not seen that sell yarn. So I came across this new release called the DK Cake yarn that released on magicneedles.com. I'm sure those of you who are following the website would have seen that there is a new brand that's released called the Hobby Store. I don't know anything about it. I have purchased some of their yarns, and this DK Cake yarn, I knew that it was releasing because they had listed it in the brands or in the types under Hobby Store, but the yarn was not available at the time when I first noticed this. So as soon as it came on sale, and right now they claim that it's available for half the price. That's I think 175 rupees per cake. So as soon as I saw the cakes releasing, I think I went a bit overboard. So these are 4 of the colorways, and I was so excited that I have used up 2 of the other colorways. One is a work in progress and one is a finished object, and I will be showing you that in a short while. So let's dive into the review. Once we check out the yarn label, I'll show you I'll give you a closer look of the colorways that I have purchased. So the label says Hobby Store, #do what you love. Oh, that is exactly what I'm doing. The name of the yarn is DK Cake yarn, and it's 100% premium acrylic anti-pill. And I have to tell you that as soon as I unbagged the yarn and I felt it, yes, it really does feel like the other smooth premium acrylics that I have tried. It says the weight is 100 grams. That comes to about 350 meters per cake. Made in India. Wow, that's just amazing. I mean, this has to be one of the most exciting yarns that I have seen coming out or manufactured in India. So I guess the registered office is Magic Needles. Okay, I don't know where it is manufactured in India. Let's see what else it says. So there's all the information that you would require. So it is priced at an MRP of 250 at the time of making this video. There is a dye lot given, the shade color, this particular color. So now that I have it in my hand, let me just show you. So let's see how many colors there are. There's this beautiful sky blue, there's a nice pastely yellow, there is a sort of a pinkish red, what do you call that, fuchsia? Yeah, there's a nice salmony peach, and I guess towards the center of the cake we are going back to the same blue. So that's 4 colors, right? Yeah, 4 colors. So 4 colors in this cake. And to ensure uniformity in color, buy sufficient yarn for your entire project from the same dye lot. Okay, there is a nice quality check given. There is the Ecotech standard 100, meaning it has been tested against several harmful substances. Let's see what what crochet hook they recommend. So they recommend a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. It's classified as a lightweight 3 yarn, machine washable. Amazing. Wow, can this yarn get any better? Wash on a cold and gentle cycle. Cold, tumble dry, do not bleach, do not iron. Of course, acrylic, dry flat. But you know what? I think this would dry fine, yeah, because it's acrylic and it's machine washable also. I really don't think that that would make much of a difference. Knitting needle wise, they recommend a 4 millimeter, that is a UK size 8 knitting needle. So that's all the information that is available on the yarn label. This is the second colorway that I have to show you, and this is a combination of some very beautiful greens. As I look at the colorways, what I notice is that the combinations that are there in the colorways, they're not very usual. Some of them are, but some of them are a bit unusual. So what's interesting is that there's a combination of brights or deep colors and some pastely colors within the same cake, and I have to say it does look very pretty. Now this is let us say one of the this sort of a colorway where you have different shades or different tones of the same color. That's not very unusual, right? So let's take a look at how many shades there are. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4 again. So this cake also has 4 shades. This colorway with beautiful greens is color number 4005. This is what I meant when I said that some of them have unusual colorways. Take a look at the colors in this. There is this beautiful vintagey rose kind of a pink, then there's this bubblegum sort of a pink combined with this mustard, which is kind of a surprise, don't you think, in this cake. And then there's a nice little cream that I think would tie up all these colors together. So I wouldn't think to combine these colors in a project if I was just combining solid colors, and that is where I think this sort of a cake, it comes in useful. And this particular colorway is 4016. The fourth colorway that I have to show you is a combination of some really lovely browns. Whenever I look at colorways that have brown in them, they kind of remind me of tea or coffee and cookies, and that kind of cheers me up. So let's look at the shades that are there here. There's a nice biscuit color, then we have this light peach shade. Next to that we have this deep dark brown, and I think we come back to the tan sort of a color. We come back to that. So this colorway is 4007. The fifth colorway that I have is this unusual combination of a sort of peachy pink, a bright yellow, a bright turquoise shade, and this light green. So this is already an FO. However, I'll put up a picture of what it looks like in the cake form. So I ended up making a beanie, and with the leftover yarn I made a small cowl. I just attached these buttons onto it. So I think that looks kind of pretty in the finished project. Tell me what you guys think about this colorway. This is the sixth and the last colorway that I have to show you, and this is a work in progress. I'm just making a simple V-stitch cowl for myself, and the colors in this are really interesting. So there's this bright red, and believe me guys, it is really as bright as it shows up on the camera. So there's a nice blood red, there is this peachy orange sort of a color, and there's this deep maroon shade, and then and then I know it's difficult to make out, but do you see this deeper red that comes after this blood red maroon? So those are the 4 shades that are there in that cake. And let me put up the picture of the cake as it was before I started crocheting with it. So let me just show you the shade number. The shade number is 4020. Now that we have examined what the yarn label says, we have taken a closer look at 6 of the colorways. Let's take a look at, or let's examine what this feels like. So if you can see, while using a single strand with a 5mm hook, the stitches are pretty well defined. I've just used a very simple cluster stitch to make this beanie, and you can see that the stitches are really nice. You can see that there's barely any fluff that comes off, so this is not going to create any issues for you when you're trying to rip out any project that you're making. It glides very smoothly on the hook, and it feels very comfortable, so I wouldn't hesitate to make any sort of clothing out of this particular yarn. This is when I'm using a single strand of the yarn. Now with the remainder of the yarn, I wanted to make something like a cowl. So this cowl, I actually double stranded the yarn, which is why you're seeing in sections where you're seeing the yarn comes up with 2 different colors. But like you can see, it's slightly stiffer it's not stiff, it's stiffer compared to when you just use a single strand of the yarn. Again, the stitch definition is beautiful. It still has enough drape so that even with 2 strands crochet together, you're going to get a lovely looking project. What are my thoughts on this yarn? I think I have to say I am supremely excited and happy that we are getting this sort of gorgeous colorways in India, made by an Indian manufacturer at such a wonderful price, and it is so worth it. I could make this, I mean, if I wanted to, I could make 2 beanies, I think, out of 1 cake, but I ended up making this 1 beanie and 1 cowl. And if you look at the colorway, another thought I had in mind was these colors, I think they would look fantastic for baby clothes and baby blankets. It's premium acrylic, it feels lovely and soft and smooth against the skin. And this color blocking effect, I made a blanket of this sort, not with this particular yarn, but you can see how fun and playful it looks for baby projects. So wearables, baby blankets, larger blankets, of course, they might be a bit time consuming because it's a 3-weight yarn. But I think this yarn, you can use it for whatever you wish to. Color choices, super amazing. Feel of the yarn, quality of the yarn, fantastic. And for a 3-weight yarn, completely worth it. Tell me, do let me know in the comments below if you guys have tried this yarn and what kind of projects you're making with this. So I hope you enjoyed today's review, and let's meet again soon in another review. And before I forget, let me remind you that there is a giveaway that's going on to celebrate 350 subscribers on this channel, and do check out that video if you have time. Bye.